Hello. Almost exactly 2 years ago, the TF2 community got together to express their love for this game in order to try and get Valve's attention. They politely asked for the developers to address this ongoing cheater bot crisis that has been plaguing casual mode servers for many years. Valve said this, and 2 years later, this is TF2. The bots are still here. Casual mode is still borderline unplayable without wasting a ton of time re-queuing and kicking bots. The problem was acknowledged by Valve, but the problem still persists. So a lot of people called the Save TF2 movement a failure and moved on, whether it be succumbing to apathy or giving up completely on the game. But luckily the TF2 community is not wholly defeatist. There are still quite a lot of people who are willing to try again. So we're gonna try again. But this time, the movement has evolved from a polite ask to a desperate plea. So this is my message to Valve. Valve, please fix Team Fortress 2. It's incredible to me that a game this popular is subjected to a situation like this. There is not a video game fan alive who does not at least know what Team Fortress 2 is and what its impact on worldwide culture has been since its release. And yet, this is the state of your game? This is how the game has been for more than 30% of its lifespan? It's honestly just downright disrespectful. Like, do you guys just not care at all about your legacy as developers? Like, Robin Walker, I know you must care at least a little bit about what has happened to your baby, right? You and John Cook made such an incredible game that had such an everlasting impact on the PvP genre, but if you continue to let it exist in this state, that legacy will have been for nothing. It will be tarnished forever. It sucks because PvP first-person shooters used to be my favorite type of video game to play, but every AAA developer just continues to sweep cheating and botting under the rug to such a degree that I'm starting to wonder if online multiplayer games are just cooked at this point. I keep having to exit out of Team Fortress 2 and just play PvE games like Deep Rock or single-player games like Slay the Spire instead, because at least in those games, I won't have to deal with cheaters. Valve, you guys have made such impressive impacts on the gaming landscape in the past, and recently you've done a great job with the Steam Deck. From what I hear, I am not really all that interested in giving you guys money for one at the moment, but if you really want to make an impact on gaming right now, create an anti-cheat that actually works. Anti-cheats at the moment across the board are infamously terrible and don't do what they're advertised to do at all. Not just VAC, like every anti-cheat available. And cheating software and botnets are only going to get more advanced over time. So if you want to make a product again that will revolutionize online games and bring back PvP shooters from the brink of irrelevance, make a good anti-cheat. I know it's not easy, obviously it's an extremely complicated endeavor, but it is a product that there is actually demand for. You know what there isn't demand for? A third-person competitive MOBA that is so painfully out of touch that as soon as I got access to the closed beta test, I immediately had to show a few people over Discord to say, can you believe this is what Valve is working on right now? A PvP game that will guaranteed be botted to death and full of cheaters on week 1 because Valve refuses to tackle the problem and pretends like it's not an industry-wide issue that is actively killing off an entire genre. Now, if I knew that one of the people that I was showing Deadlock gameplay to was going to secretly record my stream and pass it around without my knowledge, then I probably would have been a bit more careful with your secret game. But look, I was frustrated, and so is everyone else who loves Team Fortress 2. That's the point. The priorities are in the wrong place. I used to be such a huge fan of you, Valve, and I'm sure you've been hearing that sentence a lot over the past decade. So my suggestion, if you're even interested in hearing a customer suggestion, is to focus on repairing the stuff that you have before moving on to creating new things on their foundations, because these foundations are rotting away. You're currently putting a lot of time and effort into a new multiplayer video game, and that's great, but all of that time will have been wasted if you don't clean up the slot that it's going to fill first. Games like Team Fortress 2 are in danger of going extinct due to sheer inaction, and it really sucks to see. So please, Valve, do something about it. Do something about Team Fortress 2. I'm sure you and I would love to look back on this game in 50 years and think, man, that game was awesome. But the way it's been going, what we're going to end up thinking instead will be, man, that game was awesome. It sucks what happened to it, though. It's always going to have that sour ending attached to it. That's what people will remember. And here's my message to you, the viewer of this video. Hashtag FixTF2 is more than just a bunch of YouTubers making videos to raise awareness. It's also a petition that you can sign. If you're interested in contributing to the idea that Valve should do something about the bots and cheaters rotting away one of the best video games ever made, then you should sign the petition that I have linked down below. It will only take a couple of minutes, and it would be greatly appreciated. Now, being realistic here, I can't say for sure if Valve will ever publicly acknowledge this problem again, but all I can really do is have some sliver of hope that the very real people who are in charge of making the decision to actually tackle this problem will see the value of doing so very soon. And the best thing that I can do is encourage that, and you guys should join in if you feel the same. So thanks so much for watching. That's all I really have to say about it for now. So I will talk to you nieces and nephews next time. Bye-bye.